Good morning, Jamaica, and good morning to everyone who is watching this press briefing from around the world. It is Thursday, October 30, 2 days after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. And we all know it's been devastating seeing the scenes in Western Jamaica. There are entire communities that seem to be marooned and also areas that have been flattened. I think the entire Jamaica is really broken because of what has happened, but we remain resilient. We are working to get to those who need as much assistance as possible. In addition to that, our Prime Minister, he did aerial tours and ground tours yesterday in parts of Western Jamaica. The Prime Minister today will attempt to do Trelawney, Westmoreland, and Hanover. So yesterday we were able to do some of St. Elizabeth, we were able to do some of St. James, didn't get to do everything that we would have wanted to do because sometimes the helicopter could not land because of the devastation. And so today, based on the weather, and as you know, we can't send the helicopters up if the weather is not good. And so we have to always bear in mind safety. So we'll continue some of that work today. And the Prime Minister, as I said, will attempt today to go to Trelawney, Westmoreland, and Hanover because we have to see the damage that has been done. Jamaica consults the JCF and the JDF, but primarily the JDF. The JDF, or military, is doing quite a lot of work, and I just need to note they have activated a humanitarian and disaster task force, and they have several disaster assistance teams that are working, 3 different teams. Yesterday they started the work to get to Westmoreland. They are cutting their way on foot through blocked roads by foot. This is not easy work. So they were able to get to Black River through a lot of very difficult work and difficult conditions. They were also able to do Luana, Middle Quarters, and New Holland. They got to Holland Bamboo yesterday and they encountered lots of problems there. As you know, these beautiful bamboo plants, they're entwined, and they've had to be cutting through, and they've had to pull them out, use equipment. Sometimes it's machetes that they're using to get through them. And there are hundreds of bamboo plants that they're trying to get through. They did not finish it last night. They are back at it this morning to try to clear the road. Now, let me be clear. That is not full opening of the roadway. What we're trying to do is to get a corridor that relief vehicles, emergency vehicles can go through. So we're trying to get 1 lane cleared. Now, we're hoping that will be done by this morning. The JDF team started again, and they are working very hard to do that. And we'll get more information to you as the road is cleared. They're also, the JDF, or Jamaica Defence Force, is also doing air response. They have been taking patients from Black River. So they've been doing casualty evacuations from the Black River Hospital. A lot of people are worried about that hospital, so they have been doing that. They've also started this morning to move some of the pre-positioned food from Up Park Camp, which is our military base, and they have started that. Just also to note that the JDF would like us to know that they're going to be doing patrols in the affected area. These are disaster areas. And so we need to note to everyone, even though we're clearing roads, especially in the most affected areas, stay off the road. We need the emergency vehicles to pass. We're opening it for the ambulances. They're also coordinating their ambulances behind that team that is going by foot, opening the roadway. There are ambulances behind them trying to get to the affected. I also have to note also that we are, and I don't see it here, so I'm going to have to find that one. I know one of the questions had to do with casualties, and I have an update from the JDF in relation to that, and I should give that to you. They have dedicated a helicopter to locate and coordinate the collection of any bodies that may be there. We get a lot of reports about potential bodies. We're not sure. They have to verify this, and so we have a helicopter that's been dedicated that is going to be doing that really, really very difficult work. Obviously, we continue to pray that we will not have to recover many bodies, but just know that the JDF is doing everything they can to get there and to do what is necessary. In Ocho Rios, the cruise pier can vessels beginning tomorrow, the 31st of October, 2025. And in terms of Falmouth, there's more work to be done. The town was badly affected, but in terms of the cruise pier, there was some damage, but not extensive damage. So we should soon be able to bring that up, and we'll give you more updates on the Montego Bay Cruise Terminal. The Port Royal can accept vessels from tomorrow also, October 31. And in terms of Port Antonio, it too can accept vessels from the 31st of October. I have some other updates, but I'm going to go straight to the ministers. I'm going to begin with I'm going to start with Minister Darrell Vaz.
Island. Power has been restored to the Norman Manley International Airport. And I just give you, for clarity, Clarendon, totally out, 51,000 customers. Hanover, same, 16,466. KSA North, 96,000 customers, 25,000 without light. South, 60,091. only 3,946 have light. Portland, 23,000 customers, 19,000 without light. Portmore, 52,000, 31,000 without light. St. Anne, 46,000, all up without light. St. Catherine, 86,000, 50,000 without light. St. Elizabeth, 45,000, all out. St. James, 62,000, 61,000 without. St. Mary, 30,000, 29,000 without light. St. Thomas, 20,000, 4,657 without light. Trelawney, fully out at 20,712. Westmoreland, 34,000, all without light. So, total customers out as of October 29th is 542,000, and customers restored over the last 24 hours, 52,000, leaving 490,000 without power. Access is still impassable, so you can imagine the deep, deep sense of worry that is widespread across Jamaica. Some good news. All three international airports are now open for relief supplies. We are expecting 9 flights. Cayman was the first this morning. Thank you again. And we expect 9 relief flights into Norman Manley. We expect 2 into Ian Fleming through American Airlines. And we also expect 2 into Montego Bay this afternoon with the operators of the airport, GAP, sending from Mexico 2 cargo jets with supplies and also, obviously, technical support for the airport. Better news, if we can call it that. Norman Manley International resumed operations this morning for commercial passenger, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flights in and out of Jamaica today. We have Cayman Airways, Aerojet, American, 2 flights, Caribbean, Copa, Air Canada, JetBlue, Cayman. So Cayman would have 3 actually, and Copa would have 2. That's arrivals. And of course, those same flights will depart. So Norman Manley is back up for all intents and purposes, and will continue. I'm expecting that Ian Fleming will also accommodate flights today, both relief and passenger flights. And as we know, the Montego Bay Airport is receiving relief, and I'm expecting to announce in a matter of hours the commercial operations limited to restart tomorrow. As I said before, in terms of the Montego Bay Airport, we have 2 terminals with gates 1 to 7 had some roof damage and flood damage, so we will take those out of service and use 8 to 19, which will be more than sufficient based on the fact that we don't expect a large influx of flights. Airdromes have some damage, but will be reopened. Telecommunications, very important. As of the 29th, Flow's telecommunication infrastructure is demonstrating resilience and readiness. Mobile emergency service, over 67,000 unique subscribers have utilized Starlink. SMS emergency service is available in the last 2 days. 30% of sites are operational island-wide. Urban areas showing better performance. Kingston 65%, St. Thomas 75%, St. Andrew 63%. And top mobile sites, 274 are up, 520 are down, which means 35% are up. The JUTC rolled out 175 buses this morning in the Kingston metropolitan area, Spanish Town and Portmore. Those buses are going to stay on the routes. The rural routes, West Rural and East Rural, the road conditions and damage are bad, so we're unable to get into those areas. And the Rural Express, JUTC Rural Express, will discontinue the legal service until, obviously, access is accessible. I think it's important, Minister Dixon, that going forward, on a daily basis, we indicate to Jamaica which roads are open, so people don't go trying to get to their loved ones and have to turn back. So I know work is being done, but it's important that we give that information on a regular basis so persons don't head out without being able to reach to their final destination with food and their loved one. As you said, the harbour master has given the go-ahead to reopen, and of course we're just waiting on the wharfs to do their checks to make sure that all is okay with that.